Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of Big Apple Baseball Banter. I'm Elias,
I'm Ben.
I'm here representing the soon-to-be best team in New York, my New York Mets. Any thoughts about that, Ben?
Yeah, you guys are going to be tanking for a couple more years before
Oh,
you'll
no.
make the
Uncle
playoffs.
Stevie's coming in. We're going to spend all the money. We'll get to that another day. But today we're going to go Don LaGreca mode, and we're going to be ranting about the dude who's actively ruining the sport, Mr. Rob Manfred. Now I get why he does the things he wants to do. He's trying to grow the game to other people, but he's also
he's
making it
not.
worse. Which he's not, but he's also making it worse for the people who like it. So first, I guess we'll be positive. We'll give Mr. Rob some credit. Now the universal DH, round of applause for that.
Oh, yeah,
It's
definitely.
about time. Yeah, obviously I'm a Mets fan, so I'm a National League guy, and man, I couldn't stand every time there's like the bases loaded with 2 outs, and I had to see, I don't know, some random bum pitcher come up in like the first inning, and so you can't pinch hit for him. And
Well, what about the time that Noah Syndergaard hit a home run last year? What about that?
He hit 2. He was actually the Mets were so bad in 19. He didn't play last year, but in 19, he pitched a complete game shutout against the Reds and scored the only run via home run. That's cool. But the thing is, people say like guys like Zach Greinke and Madison Bumgarner are such good hitters. They're horrible hitters. They're just good because they're a pitcher. There's only I can think of 3 pitchers that can hit. Shohei Ohtani, which he was really bad last year.
He's known for that, though.
Yeah, but he's a two-way player. And then Michael Lorenzen, who I don't even think hit last year. And
he didn't do too good. I think he had 220.
Yeah, well, with the DH, I don't know. Here's what I think here. I'll just Brandon McKay, the dude on the Rays. He's like he's the top prospect. He's marked as left-hand pitcher / DH. And I guess if you want to include him, Jake Cronenworth, even though he hasn't pitched in the majors yet, he's a two-way player, right?
I did not know that.
Yeah, he is. He only pitched in the minors though. Yeah, but how I think about it is I got all the boomer fans who miss bunting and double switches and automatic outs. I literally just tell them this. All right, you hate the DH that much. Why don't you make your pitcher the DH, and then we'll see how much you love it then.
Exactly. Like A-Rod, ESPN covered quite a few playoff games earlier this year.
They're horrible.
Every single at bat, A-Rod was like, "Yep, he's gonna bunt here. Here comes the bunt." Nobody ever bunted because it was
broadcast is so bad, dude. A-Rod horrible. Jessica Mendoza, how does she have a job? She's awful. Who else?
I do like Matt Vasgersian. I like Matt Vasgersian.
Yeah, he's good. Dude, why do we have to have the national broadcast doing the playoffs, man? I know I'm a bit biased, but dude, get SNY in the playoffs. They're the best booth in the game, in my opinion, man. Now you got Ron on ESPN, but you got Joe Buck doing the World Series every year. He's horrible.
God, worst announcer in baseball and football.
And yeah, he does both sports. Yeah, he's terrible. But
I don't understand how they keep paying him.
Contract. Because he's been there for forever, and I guess something with the CBA and stuff. And I guess another positive that our boy Rob has done is the MLB Instagram has been doing better with actually like marketing players. Like coming up,
That's true.
This player versus this player instead of this team versus this team, and who do you think's going to play better versus?
Yeah, their postseason stories this year have been very nice. I have enjoyed looking at them. Yeah.
And I like some of the stuff they've been doing, like on their website, like the cheer from home. That was cool, even though I doubt it actually worked. When you know what that was?
I tried it. I didn't really hear anything.
Yeah, I didn't either. I flipped on the Astros game and just kept hitting boo. And
nice.
But no, because it's only supposed to tell the sound guy what to do. But the sound guy's not going to listen to that, man. Unless it's the Dodgers sound guy or some team. I think it was played
who beat it to Danny Jansen after he or Reese McGuire after he jacked off in a public.
Oh right, yeah,
that was hilarious.
I remember that. Man, he was bad this year. Whatever, we're going on a different tangent. He was terrible. My Blue Jays friends, I was like, "What happened to that Reese McGuire guy? He's pretty good last year." And he's like, "Oh no, he's really bad." I'm like, "Oh okay, all right." So let's go to the bad. So this is mainly rule changes. The 3 batter minimum. Don't get me started on this. You got. He's trying to save time in between commercial and also the Mr. Strategy, I love pitchers bunting. They miss all the strategy from that well, you're losing the majority of the strategy in a game with a 3-batter minimum. When you got guys like a Jerry Blevins or a Luis Avilan or I don't know, some guys who specialize in getting one type of guy out, they're pretty much
they're your
useless
low
now.
3/4 side armor guys. They're
Yeah,
gonna
you're Adam
become
Simber,
like
your Submariners. Yeah, you're taking them out of a job basically, and
basically, yeah.
yeah, and also it just makes no sense. Just the fact that your team's gonna get shelled. Let's say he gives up a grand slam, you still have to keep him in
Oh,
for
that's the same
2
thing that
more
happened to
batters.
James Karinchak in the wild card series. Grand slam to Urshela. That was the first batter he faced,
And
and
he has
that was his first postseason appearance in batter. So he was flustered as hell, but he had to stay out there for 2 more guys.
yeah. And did he get the other 2 guys out? I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure he walked 2.
Yikes! Yeah, didn't have
Yeah.
his stuff. Now I saw on the Michael K show when they were ranting about it. They said, "Oh, well, just pretend the guy's hurt or something. Take him out. You could do
Yeah, I
that."
heard about that.
My
Nobody did
start
it though.
fake limping. Yeah, but then the MLB would probably fine them a ton for not putting them on the IL or something.
Yeah.
Another horrible rule is the runner on second base in extra innings.
Oh.
I can't stand this dude. I don't know how many games literally ended because, and yeah, it's successful. It's ending the game shorter, quicker, faster, whatever, English. But
It ruins pitchers. It
it
gives them
ruins
like
it. It's not real
it,
baseball, dude.
it's not.
You got a free runner on second base, and it's like the team. This is the thing. It is. If you got the best closer in the game, let's say you got the Yankees bullpen, and let's say like Cole pitched 8 innings. You go like I don't know. You go Britton in the ninth. Then you save Chapman for the 10th. Let's say you're the visiting team. You play for the small. You don't play for the big innings. So you bunt the guy, you sack fly or bunt the guy over and do that twice, and then you got an extra run, and then you got a guy who's unhittable, and then boom,
Yeah.
win. So it's you just get a free run. It's basically it's so stupid, man. And
unless you're Trevor Bauer, who like the only people who really dominated with runners in scoring position, that's like the key stat to low ERAs. It's what made DeGrom so good in 2018 and 19.
yeah,
It's what made Bauer so good in 20. Those are all starting pitchers. Relievers aren't really known for having unhittable stuff with runners on base, but
because
more as just
they
unhittable stuff in
never
general.
have guys on base because
Exactly.
they start with a clean. The best guys are there to start with a clean inning
and they
get
finish
through
with the clean inning.
Exactly. They don't have some. They don't. Most top relievers are guys that are going to start an inning. They're not going to clean up someone else stinking. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. It's a different situation. It's a completely different mindset. It's just completely unfair to both teams.
Mm-hmm. And it's
you can't even use Zach Britton in the 10th inning with the runner on second because he's a ground ball pitcher.
Ground ball pitcher. The guy's
ground balls are
over.
death with the runner on second.
Exactly. And also, like, I don't know if I haven't had anyone tell me, "Ooh, I've gotten into baseball because the games are shorter when it goes to extra innings." First of all, games rarely go to extra innings. Like they do every now and then, but
and even then, so they don't go past the 10th, 11th inning.
Like occasionally, yeah. 2019, the Mets played the Brewers, and I think went to the 18th or something. But it's so dumb, man. Like
I can get it after maybe the 13th or 14th.
Yeah,
because then even then I can't even watch. If it's like a tight 1-1 game.
After then, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm turning this off.
Exactly.
Especially if it's like a super low scoring game and like nothing's happened all game, and it's not like fun pitching. It's like boring pitching where it's just everyone's rolling over to like second base, and it's not like there's any like it's not like the guy's throwing like 88 fastballs and like striking out no one. Like then I'm like, yeah, no, I'm done with this. But the biggest thing, I'm gonna go on a huge rant about this: the freaking expanded playoffs, man.
Oh, I know you hate this so much.
Oh my god! At first, I was watching, like you probably were. I was watching that Nationals-Yankees opening game, and Rob Manfred announced he was expanding the playoffs. So at first, I was like, okay, great, Mets are pretty much guaranteed to make it. And then Stroman opted out, and then Steven Matz forgot how to pitch, and then Michael Wacha's arm fell off, and then Noah Syndergaard was already hurt, and then the first half the team forgot how to run, how to hit with runners in scoring position. And then Pete Alonso struck out a million times. I love you, Pete, but That's not acceptable, man. And then Edwin Diaz forgot how to pitch, and then one day he remembered and didn't give up a run for like the rest of the inning. Too little, too late, Edwin. Nah, I'm actually kind of excited now. And of course, well, I'll make something else about this. Of course, the whole Cano Diaz trade, it made Brody Van Wagenen, Mets GM, look so good this year because they actually played well. Like Cano was a stud this year.
Yeah.
In 60 games, but man, I was hoping we'd be able to trade him, dump his contract at the deadline. But I'll get into that another time. But back to the expanded playoffs. Wild card, I think I watched 2 games. I couldn't care less about the wild card. I barely even watched any of the division series because you got like the Milwaukee Brewers, who had one of the worst offenses I've ever seen. They got no hit this year. They had guys like Eric Sogard and Jed Jerko starting in their starting lineups, and Christian Yelich sucked this year. You got them making the playoffs. Also, their pitching's terrible.
That is not true.
Okay, that's they have Burns and Woodruff. What else?
Burns, and then, Woodruff, Hader.
No, I'm talking
Williams.
starting pitching. I'm talking starting pitching. I know what Williams and Hader are studs.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's just I just really like the Brewers, 1 because their jerseys, and 2 because
their jerseys are sweet.
Yeah. They also pitch
They're so
off
bad
of
recently too.
They're high spin rate fastballs. That is what they are built on, and it's what's carried them to the playoffs. And I love watching high spin rate fastballs.
Yeah. Well, they're a really well managed team. Like Craig Counsell's a great manager.
Very good manager.
Yeah, but they did not deserve to make the playoffs. The St. Louis Cardinals did not deserve to make the playoffs. The Houston Astros, who are now in the ALCS, didn't have a winning record.
My God.
A winning record. And now, of course, you got Carlos Correa saying, "Oh, well, no one wants to see us here. We deserved it. You do not deserve to be there." CC Sabathia went off on them. On him.
As he should.
Dude, Carlos Correa might be it's him and Josh Reddick are my 2 least favorite players in the league right now. It was Jake Arrieta, but it's now, I think, either Correa or Reddick. And first of all, what's up?
Why do you hate Arrieta so much? I mean,
well, he's on the Phillies. He's an asshole. Well, he sucks too, but like, his comment, Todd Frazier's like, "I'm gonna put a dent in his skull." Got shelled, and then he's like, after every time he screwed up, he's like, "Yeah, defense was really bad. Harper, you can't get ejected, man. We need you. I'm trying to do my job, and you're out there getting ejected."
I'm trying to do my job, even though I have a 6.0 ERA.
Yeah, he's terrible, man. Yeah, talk about a fluke season with him. He was awful. I won that one stud year with the Cubs, and then he sucks now, which I couldn't be happier. But I don't know how much longer he's going to be there, but hopefully, can't stand the Phillies. And of course, now they got Zach Wheeler being a stud, but I'll get to that another day.
I saw that one coming.
I saw it coming too. I thought he was going to take a 1-year deal and then get paid a ton the next offseason after like pitching well, because he did not deserve that money based on what he did with the Mets. But
the advanced stats were there.
Yeah, advanced stats, but like he was so inconsistent. I guess stuff-wise, he's great, but they turned him into more of a ground ball pitcher. Like he's not striking out a million guys anymore.
And that's why the Mets suck at pitching.
We suck at pitching. Okay.
No, well, you don't suck at pitching, but you could have been a lot better.
Who's the best pitcher in the game?
At the moment?
No. Who's the best pitcher in baseball last couple years?
Jacob deGrom, because he's not a ground ball pitcher.
Okay. Who's the guy who we traded R.A. Dickey for and was just kind of a low-level prospect no one cared about?
The Noah guy. What's his
Noah guy. Okay.
Name?
Oh, by the way, Jacob deGrom drafted. He was a shortstop in college.
Oh, I did not know that. That's really impressive.
He was a shortstop / pitcher in college. 9th round pick. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we don't do pitchers well. Well, yeah, but also like Steven Matz sucks.
Exactly, because he can throw 96, but they're throwing sinkers down in the zone. It just doesn't work.
Steven Matz is trash. I don't care what anyone says. We should non-tender him this year. He's so bad. He can't even be a good reliever. We tried putting him in the bullpen. He sucked there. All right, back to the expanded playoffs. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, so Cardinals, Brewers, Astros shouldn't have made it. Who else made it?
Astros.
If you don't have a winning record, you shouldn't.
Why are you in the playoffs?
You should not make the playoffs.
I think what really should have happened is that we should have had smaller expanded playoffs to maybe like 12,
Yeah,
14
I
teams.
like that. I'm
But
cool with that. But
we
just this year. Go back to
also
the normal
should
one
have
next
had
year.
a longer season because Manfred kept siding with the owners and
Exactly.
denying the 90 game plans that would have helped separate the Astros
Exactly.
from the A's, and then the Astros wouldn't make the playoffs.
Also,
It's as
what about
simple as
this?
that.
What about this? The Cubs had a great year, and they got knocked out in the
Definitely.
first round. They won their division, and they didn't get rewarded a bye, so they got beat by a team that was hot, the Marlins, who
Mm-hmm.
I did not trust at all, and clearly they were
Oh, yeah. They
terrible.
just got fucking swept.
They were awful. But Cubs didn't get a bye.
Mm-hmm.
Twins won the division, right?
Yes.
Yes. Twins should have gotten a bye. And then CC
I
was
don't think
also
that
said
would have mattered anyway.
Carlos Correa celebrated a team that's lost like 16 straight in the playoffs or something nuts like that. Yeah, it wouldn't have mattered anyways because the Twins forget how to play baseball in the playoffs apparently.
Exactly.
Yeah, Twins should have got like what's his name? Dave Roberts, Dodgers manager, said he said,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little annoyed that we're not rewarded to buys. Why don't you let the crap teams battle it out? The fact that the Brewers had to play the Dodgers, it's like, yeah, no dud, they're gonna win. And then I'm actually unlike most people. I love the 1 game wild card game. I think
I
that's
do
one of
like
the
that
best games of
too.
the year. Look at how
It's
high
so much more
intensity the
intense.
Nationals Brewers game when Grisham made
Trent
that error. Yeah,
Grisham.
he's good now, man. But
Oh my God, he's insane.
poor Brewers, man. Think about the guys they had last year who just turned Zach Davies, and yeah, all the guys are on the Padres now. Zach
I did
Davies,
not
Drew
see Zach Davies coming.
Pomeranz, Trent Grisham, uh, yeah. But Brewers shouldn't have been in the playoffs, and teams with a losing record should not have been in the playoffs. And people were saying,
Completely
yeah, the
agreed.
expanded playoffs in 2019. You know who would have been in the playoffs with this expanded stuff? The Texas Rangers. They were terrible
They could pitch last year.
last year. Well, yeah.
For foolish baseball fans, that's the whole Jeff Mathis thing right there.
Oh my God.
Pitcher
Yeah.
ERA right there.
Yeah. And we're gonna get into that in our next episode when we're gonna do the top 10 catchers. Hint, hint.
Yep. Number
Sneak
one?
peek.
Question
But
mark.
yeah, we'll see. Our boy Jeff Mathis. But expanded playoffs, awful. This year I didn't have any interest in the wild card round because you're having teams that don't deserve to be there, and you got a million.
Mm-hmm.
Thing about the expanded playoffs too is that you got a million games going on. That's what's so great
Yeah,
about the
you can't
NFL.
watch them all.
NFL playoffs is that they're all primetime games. They don't overlap. So
Mm-hmm.
you don't want also when you're starting playoff games at 1 in the afternoon or something, like nobody's
Two.
gonna be able to watch that.
Yeah,
All
the
the Reds and
Astros.
Braves fans who are stuck at work or stuck in school, they're not gonna be able to
Mm-hmm.
watch.
Mm-hmm.
And like
That first
playoffs
game was
games,
electric, though. I got to
game,
watch because I was home, but oh my goodness, what a game!
which game?
The game one of the
Oh yeah, I
Reds and
saw part of
Braves.
that. What did that go to the 14th?
Yeah, 13th
Dude,
inning,
do you see
1-0.
Bauer's vlog when he reacted to Joey Votto not going to third or not scoring? He was like in the weight room, like doing like some recovery stuff, and he just going nuts, a good and a bad way. At first, a
Yeah,
good way,
he
and
just
then
hates Votto.
no, I see him like he hates losing, man. And
Oh my God, so much.
I hope he continues with those vlogs when he becomes a New York Met. That'd be cool.
I really,
Dude, what
I
he's doing on
really,
social
really
media
don't
right
want to
now
see
is
that.
incredible. He's like, man, Padres looking good. Looks like they could use a starter. Ooh, I'm going to Boston. Anywhere I should go. It's just like he's just messing with guys. He's saving baseball. Him and Tatis are
He's
saving baseball.
so saving it.
Yeah. So, do you have anything else to say about the expanded playoffs format?
I personally don't think that any team, as you said, under 500 should make it. And I also think that I do agree with the wild card round. However, I think it should have just been 1 game and then, but with the same teams, because I think that would make it more intense, more fun to watch. Because I don't want to watch any 1-0 or 1-0 games. Like the White Sox and Athletics game 2, I just wasn't intrigued by it at all. Whereas
Yeah,
game 1 and 3, I was really intrigued.
I was bummed about the A's games because most people know I'm a huge Matt Chapman fan. I love watching him play, so I was really bummed we weren't going to get to watch him. But I thought the A's were going to make it, dude. How messed up is your postseason bracket? Did you do a postseason bracket?
I did.
I picked the Reds to go to the World Series. Dude, I thought they were like the Nationals the year before. You got 3 stud starting pitchers, maybe not the same 3 guys that the Nats had, but not on the same level, obviously. But 3 studs and a really good offense. Who, if they get hot, yeah, they have a good offense. Not amazing, but you got Joey Votto's pretty good. You got Moustakas, yeah, shortstop, not good. Well, Freddie Galvis is all right, and then Eugenio, Suarez, and then you got
Eugenio's. Well, no, Eugenio's fine this year. He hit home runs, but that was it.
Yeah, and then you got a ton of depth in the outfield. You got Castellanos, who's great. You got Jesse Winker, who's really good this year. You got
he was ass in September though.
Yeah, he got cold, but he had a good year. You had Nick Senzel.
He
Akiyama,
started the.
Akiyama couldn't really hit, but good defender. And then Aristides Aquino, and they're kind of a team with a ton of depth that you can kind of cycle guys in. You can kind of do the Rays thing with playing matchups and stuff. Obviously, they don't have the management of the Rays. They don't have Kevin Cash.
Kevin Cash with a passion.
Oh, why? Because he's got a pen full of guys who can throw 98?
Yeah, a whole damn stable of them.
Yeah, stable. That's what he said. I love that guy. Great. He's probably the best manager in the game.
I do agree with that. But I hate him still.
Good job last night. I got to say that.
Oh, my God.
Good game. Also, why is Aaron Boone – this is what confused me. You're going to take LeMahieu out of second base, which he might be the best defensive second baseman in the game, maybe aside from, I don't know, Colton Wong and who's the guy on the White Sox, Yolmer Sanchez, who can't hit a lick. And then you're gonna risk taking Luke Voigt, who's been your best hitter this year, out of the lineup just to get like a little bit of extra defense with Tyler Wade. Like, I don't get that at all.
I kind of agreed with it because Voigt is battling some foot stuff, as Aaron Boone continues to say, but it's like not anything major. It's just foot stuff. No clarification whatsoever, just stuff. I really don't know what's going on with Luke Voigt.
They love to be specific about injuries. Look at Jed Lowry and Jacoby Ellsbury.
I swear, they haven't told me anything recently. Like, they haven't said if they're actually going to pay him because they know he broke some medical rule and they didn't necessarily have to pay his contract. Yeah, Ellsbury.
Oh, really? Yeah, I was talking to a Red Sox fan. I said, go to a Yankee game wearing a Red Sox Jacoby Ellsbury jersey and see what happens.
But what about 2011?
Yeah, what? It's one good year.
Yeah.
Mark Teixeira said it best. He said, like, once he got so hurt that he lost all of his speed, there goes all of his values. Because most of his hits were because of how fast he was. And he was a great defender in center field. But once he lost all that speed, he turned into, Billy Hamilton. But, I wouldn't say if he lost.
He's still speedy.
Yeah, well, Billy Hamilton's probably the fastest guy in the game. Actually,
Tim LoCastro.
Yeah, LoCastro. What, foolish baseball?
Nice try. Don't sneak LoCastro by me. Not going to happen.
Yeah. All right. Next Manfred issue is his lack of punishment. So the way he handled the Astros situation was horrible.
Laughable. Absolutely laughable.
But the World Series is just a piece of metal, man.
Yeah, they may have cheated a multi-billion-dollar industry out of a title and, earned the nickname most hated team in America, but they deserve our respect.
I have a question. If there's fans next year and the Astros come nearby and you got a chance to see them, do you think it would still be funny to heckle them a ton like they got at spring training? Would you do it?
Oh, of course.
I would. I don't think you could say it was last year, but we couldn't do this last year, so now we're back.
Exactly.
I'd be like, I'd be like, hey, Tatuve, great year last year, man. Hard without them buzzers. Yeah, I saw that one guy was like, hey, Tatuve, let me see your buzzer. Which, do you think the buzzers were real? 100%. I think the fact that you had Hinch go on MLB Network, they asked, hey, were you guys using buzzers? Well, the commissioner's report said, we got investigated by the commissioner for 3 months. It's a yes or no question, idiot.
Yeah. Yeah, answer the question. I think the fact that he was worried about people seeing him shirtless, which he has been shown shirtless on public television
Dude's
before.
jacked too.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't
Yeah,
understand why he'd be
tattoo
so
based
afraid
wife
of
didn't
it.
want him his bad tattoo to
Who the
show.
fuck is thinking about that as they're walking,
Well,
as
they're
they're
walking
trotting around
off
the
the
whole,
World
like,
Series.
he's going to the World Series, and you're thinking of your wife?
Like, oh shit, I shouldn't get my shirt ripped off. Dude, Gary Sanchez's comment about dude, if I hit a walk off to get lead to send my team to the World Series, you could take my pants off. All I care.
Yeah.
But lack of punishment with that was absurd. What was it? You got fined. You lost draft picks.
Yeah, just first and
Players should
second
have
draft picks
actually
for
gotten
2 years.
something. Zach Campbell said in his video about it, he said that everyone on that roster should have been anyone who played for the Astros should have been suspended the year, which I'm glad that didn't happen because that means no JD Davis for the Mets, no Jake Marisnick, no
Oh, fuck Jake Marisnick.
why?
He's the one who crashed into Luke Roy.
Troy. Yeah. Guys
And he
messed up.
cheated.
He cheated.
And he
Yeah. Look,
sucks.
he sucked when he cheated. He was good this year though. He only had like 20 at bats, but he hit like 300, I think. Yeah, he's a good defender. He ran in an Orioles game. He
Good
ran
runner.
straight into the wall, which I thought was funny, but he was hurt most of the year anyways. But of course, Mr.
As
Brody
all
Van
speedy
Wagenen
center
was trying to
fielders
build
are.
Mr. Brody Van Wagenen's. I'll make a separate video about this, but version of building outfield depth is trading for guys who can't hit and giving up a prospect who turns into something. Blake Taylor, who became a good reliever of the Astros, and Jake
Very
Marisnick.
underrated.
And then you traded a guy who was at one point like a top 10 prospect in our system who dropped down to 20 because he had to get Tommy John. You traded him for Billy Hamilton, who was DFA'd like a month later. And then the year before, you gave up a ton of guys to get Keon Broxton, who was DFA'd a month later. And then
where even is he?
He's back on the Brewers. He's alternate site. Yeah. He went to the Orioles and the Mariners and then back to the Brewers. And then, of course, the Brewers were able to turn one of those prospects into Omar Narvaez. So
he wasn't that good this year.
He wasn't, but it's better than
the advanced
Keon
stats
Broxton.
were good, though.
He's better than
Keon
Broxton.
That is very true.
Yeah, I think Keon Broxton had a 300 OPS.
Oh, my God.
Let that sink in. Yeah.
Oof.
And his most memorable moment was for the Mets was he got blocked by the light and a ball went right over his head when he shielded the ball. So it was one thing he was good at didn't work out, and then he complained about not having playing time, so he got DFA'd. But also this year, my opinion, the Marlins and Cardinals should have been eliminated from the playoffs because they literally almost canceled the season. They caused an outbreak, and they're not like with the Marlins situation. You had to have the Phillies on hold for forever, and
didn't the Phillies have an outbreak as well?
Yeah, but they didn't have it because some idiots were out in a nightclub. Like the Mets had an outbreak, but they didn't have guys out
partying in their hotel.
Partying, yeah. Well, no, not even that. Like actually going out to
casinos and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
That was the Cardinals.
Cardinals, yeah. I know like Miles Michaelis got caught. Some other guys or something.
Miles Michaelis is quite the character.
Oh, dude's a crybaby. You see him when Freddie Galvis went too close to the mound. It should be another good topic, a rant on all these stupid unwritten rules and baseball players being babies and stuff. That should be a good separate topic. But
great topic.
But lack of punishment was they should have been, and like the Mets had an outbreak. I know the Reds, but not really an outbreak. Like 2 guys tested positive, but that's not because they did anything stupid. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that they almost canceled the season, and you're not going to punish them. What's your punishment? They have to play a bunch of double headers. I don't know how much a double header is a punishment when you only have to play 7 innings.
It's more of a punishment to the other team because that gives them less rest days.
Exactly.
I personally think they should have had 1 game each series forfeited. So if they had a 3-game series against another team.
Here's my issue with forfeiting is that now you're rewarding the team that they're going to play, and you're now punishing guys in their division. So like right now in the NFL,
that's true.
the Tennessee Titans are caught for violating, and they're playing the Bills, who are by far my least favorite team, and now they might get a free win. And
Who's
I might
undefeated?
say that again.
Who's undefeated?
Oh, the Bills are undefeated right now, but
Oh yeah, that's correct.
are you a
They
Bills
are.
fan?
I am a Bills fan.
No, I didn't know you were a football guy. No, I'm a huge Jets fan, so they're awful, but that number one pick's gonna be worth it when the season's over. But
Sure.
this isn't a football channel, but the fact that now you're punishing the Patriots and you're punishing the Dolphins and Jets aren't going to do anything anyways, but now you're punishing them because you're giving the Bills a free win, which at the rate the season's going, they probably could beat the Titans, but you never know. But
game's a game.
That's my issue with forfeiting is that I think it should just been okay. There goes the playoffs for you. So Astros, Marlins, and Cardinals, all teams that made the playoffs. One of them still in the playoffs, and do the Cardinals had a winning record, right?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, let me check.
Yeah, Astros didn't, but yeah. So stupid.
Yeah.
Manfred's just there for the owners and doesn't care about the teams getting screwed out of games and stuff. All right, next topic I want to talk about is stupid fines and stupid rules. So the whole cleats thing is stupid.
I can kind of understand where he was coming from with Bauer because it was anti-Astro, and like anything that's anti-Astro must be banned.
Oh, of course.
Because it's just so stupid that any team would disrespect them.
But how about this? That the Mets weren't allowed in 2019. Pete Alonso made the whole team 9/11 cleats, and this kid's from Florida. He's not even from New York, but he had that much love for the city to design those, and I think he ended up getting in trouble for it. But they still wore them. The fact that you couldn't do that until this year, you couldn't wear the 9/11 hats. And also another thing about 9/11, why the hell did the Mets have to play in Buffalo on 9/11? Even if there weren't fans, like I think
that's a
9/11
games
should both be in New York.
Yes.
And next year it's gonna be great because the Mets and Yankees are playing together. But but that's gonna be cool. But the fact that you're playing, I think both teams are on the road for the 9/11 series.
What?
I know the Mets were. They
no.
Oh
wait, no, they were.
They won. I think they won
home.
18-2 that game.
Damn, they were fired up.
They played the Blue Jays. Yeah, DeGrom. It was probably DeGrom's rarest sight because he got run support for once. But
Whoa, really?
Yeah, he got 18 runs, man. But then social media. Did you see that thing Trevor Bauer said? Is that you're not allowed to post stuff with your team's logo or anything like that anymore? Which there's no way teams aren't going to do that. But yeah. Did you see that?
Wait, players can't put logos out of the team
without permission from
express
the MLB.
Written consent. Oh
exactly.
My God.
Yeah. That's dumb.
Well,
and
why can't they just do it and just be demonetized for that, like post or whatever?
You get fined or something? I have no clue, man. It's whack. It's like
fucking copyright.
Yeah. But next thing is also back to the cleats thing.
Mike Clevenger's flower cleats.
Yeah.
Those were not permitted.
They let D Gordon do the where he has a new last name now, but D Gordon do the in and out cleats. Those are pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm.
And also, what happened to Players Weekend? Why wasn't that this year?
I kind of was glad there was no Players Weekend.
Okay, I'm glad there was no 2019 Players Weekend. I would like to see 2018 Players Weekend when they're actually wearing cool unis with
exactly
when you could actually read the damn name on the jersey. Instead of they want black and white with white helmets and black pants and because they want the players
That's
to
like
be the
opposite of expression.
Exactly. They're like, well, we want the players to be the expression. So made no sense.
That was the weekend that the Yankees got to play the Dodgers in Dodger Stadium.
Yeah.
And none of the jerseys were there.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, my parents were watching that game with me because that's a big matchup. They enjoy watching those big matchups. They were pissed. They could not stop ranting about the full white and full black jerseys.
Oh yeah.
It's so stupid.
It's so dumb. And like the point is to have the cool nickname, but you couldn't even read the damn nickname. And then another stupid rule is this year the whole champagne rule for the playoffs is now that I think they're doing confetti now. I don't know.
I
I
think
think he said it's a COVID violation. I'm like, okay, if that's a COVID violation,
then keep everybody in the dugout with a mask on, you
exactly,
dumbass.
or keep the guys on the bases with a mask, or make the guy on first base, which most of them did, wear a mask or something like that. Like, if you're gonna have stupid rules like that, at least have ones that
Did you
make
see
sense.
Anthony Rizzo giving out hand sanitizer on opening day?
No,
That was hilarious.
that's funny. Oh wait, I
Yeah.
think I saw that. Yeah, and then also, another thing, another Manfred rant is the whole blackout situation. Now, who would think when they have a business and they're trying to promote a product, they're going to limit the people that they want to have the product, make it so they can't watch it. Now, it doesn't affect me because I watch all my games on sites on Google. Shout out to billasport.net. Shout out to them. That's how I watch my sports. But it's great because there's also no commercial, so you can just turn on like a YouTube video during commercial, and then when the game
that's
comes
sick.
back on, you just hear it. You're like, all right, back to the game. It's so dumb that you're gonna pay for MLB TV and then
I
not
bought
be
MLB
able.
TV.
Yeah, I was thinking about getting it before I found out about the blackouts, and then I just found out I could just use Google and sweet. But the fact that you're gonna pay for the product, and then the one team you want to, the one team if you're rooting for your local team, which I think what are the teams blacked out around here? The Blue Jays, Yankees, and Mets. I think.
Yeah. Or no, the Blue Jays aren't
I
blacked
don't think
out.
the Blue Jays are blacked out, but
No, I have MLB TV. They're not blacked out.
okay. Well, how do you watch Yankee games? You have a VPN?
Well, I spent $60 to get MLB TV for the season because I didn't read the fine print, didn't read the blackouts. And so then my parents got the Hulu Live. So now I just
Okay.
use that and have
Could you get a
MLB TV
refund
on
for
the
MLB
side.
TV?
No.
Damn, that sucks.
Yeah.
That's a waste of money, man. Can't even watch your
Yeah.
team.
Well, now I get to watch like every other team during the regular
You
season.
watch every other team on Hulu or on Billasport. And Billasport, you have an option between the two broadcasts, so it's not like you're stuck watching I don't know.
MLB has that too.
Yeah, you're not going to be stuck watching like A-Rod and Jessica Mendoza and like. Well, actually, sometimes you are. That's another big issue I have is that sometimes they don't let you watch the national broadcast doesn't because of how the contracts are set up. The national broadcast can't do the game, or the national broadcast is forced to do like a Mets game.
Yeah.
So I got games stuck when it was Fox, and for some freaking reason there was. I'm about to go crazy about this. I watched the game on mute because of this. So for some freaking reason, there was a cardboard cutout of Chipper Jones in Citi Field. So so Chipper Jones is on this broadcast team. So every 2 seconds, I'm turning my volume down. They had to pan to the team, Chipper Jones, cardboard cutout, and guess who they were playing that game?
The Braves.
The Red Sox. They weren't even playing the Braves. What the hell did Chipper Jones have to do with them? It's such bad broadcasting. They have no energy.
What?
You got, and then of course
he's a terrible announcer too. He's ass.
He's awful. Yeah, and then you got, of course, last
and
year.
A racist.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. But not. Yeah, that's bad. But I think we'll keep it a baseball here. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
but,
that's a good idea. Good idea.
Yeah.
My bad.
No, it's all good. We don't want to get into that. But also you got what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, when Pete Alonso hit his 53rd home run, broke the record. Of course, it was a Fox day, so SNY couldn't cover that. So every fan was complaining.
Horrible.
They're like, "Oh man, only if Gary and Keith and Ron were able to cover this." Like you had like some lame home run call. It's like Pete Alonso, 53 home runs, woohoo! When it's like if it was Gary, you just flip his shit. It would have been great.
Mm-hmm.
But blackouts, stupid. And then you got the financial aspect. of how he just loves the owners. So we were talking about this. There should be a minimum salary cap. So you have to spend a minimum amount of money for your team based on your market. So I think it shouldn't be every team has to pay
Okay,
this much
based on your market.
so the Tampa Bay Rays and Oakland Rays or
Oakland Rays.
Oakland A's should have it's okay if they have a smaller payroll than the Mets or the Yankees. But when you got, thank God they're gone, but when you got the Wilpons paying nothing and their big free agent signings are Dellin Betances, Michael Wacha, and Rick Porcello, and they're trying to get fans excited about that. Which literally at the
Rick
Fan
Porcello.
Fest, yeah, at Fan Fest, they had them three guys who are like, here are the Mets' big free agent. We have Michael Wacha, who hasn't been good in 5 years,
Ooh.
Rick Porcello, who had a 6 ERA last year, and Dellin Betances, who pitched to two batters, two-thirds of an inning until he
then he tore his
Achilles after jumping up celebrating. And then he sucked this year, but I like Dellin. I think he was just coming back from injury and
definitely
he'll be better this year. He's got to keep the walks down though. Like I mean seriously, his control was horrible this year.
That's
it's kind of
always
been, but I don't know.
It's as advertised.
Yeah, and he's got a player option, so I think he'll pick it up because he's not going to make after having like a 6 ERA. He's not going to make anything. Also, he was hurt a bit too. He's not going to make anything on the market, so I think he'll pick that up. But there also should be as much incentive for a team to win than a team to lose. So I think the number one pick should go to the team that just missed out on the playoffs. So the Mets in 2019, obviously, we'd have Spencer Torkelson. That would be nice. Whoever missed, the Mariners, I think were like the team that just missed out. In 18,
Mariners
so
Giants.
Yeah, so one of them would get Adley Rutschman. And like a number one pick is actually pretty valuable because a prospect isn't everything. Like you don't know if they're going to.
But it's a trading value.
Spencer Torkelson and Adley Rutschman are pretty much top 5 prospects after signing. So,
it's also, a free solid player.
Exactly.
At least.
You get you can get some studs for those guys. You got, I don't know, like a guy like in the Yankee system, like Jason Dominguez, who I don't think
we're not trading him.
Yeah, I know, but I don't think he's played a game yet, and he already has a ton of value.
Exactly, yeah, because he couldn't play this year.
Right. But he's only like 17, right?
Yep.
That's nuts. But so yeah, try to just incentivize teams playing well. So that's important. So any last thoughts on our boy Rob?
Just the idea that ESPN has said in the past that baseball has become a localized sport and teams don't want to hear about anything other than their home team. So the fact that he blacks out your home team games, in my mind, is just absolutely unacceptable. And that's the number one reason as to why he should be fired. Because he has no idea how to spread the game to a younger generation.
How does he get fired? The owners have to agree on it, right?
Yeah, but they're not going to do that.
They love him.
Yeah.
Keep up the universal DH. If I see a pitcher hit again, I'm going to rip my hair out. Get rid of the expanded playoffs, which he said it's going to stay. So
what?
There's also another thing. Back to it. You got like the NBA and NHL when the regular season doesn't matter. When the whole league makes the playoffs, like the NBA, everyone's like, yeah, no one cares about the regular season. Just the playoffs are so great, but that's because you were just waiting for them all year. The regular season is going to mean nothing when you got teams with losing records making the playoffs.
Yeah.
So get rid of that. Get rid of the 3-batter minimum. Get rid of the runner on second base in extra innings.
As long as it's after the 13th inning, I'd be okay. I'd
say after 14th inning because games kind of go to the 13th sometimes. But
no, I meant like after the 13th. So starting in the 14th.
Yeah. Starting 14th. Yeah, I agree. So maybe do that. I'm cool with that. Especially if it's a night game.
Oh yeah, and
when
it's like
you don't
1
want these guys because that's going to affect you the
night.
next. That's going to affect you the next game when you have to.
Yeah.
When you get home at 2 a.m. and you got a day game the next day.
Oh.
Yeah, like brutal. So, or you could just take all your good players out and then just put all your bench guys in.
And just hope
But
it
then you
goes
just
okay.
fingers crossed. So yeah, Manfred, please clean that up, man. Fox, if you panned a Chipper Jones cardboard cutout one more time, I'm gonna punch something. I literally watch those games on mute. That's how bad the broadcasting is.
Joe Buck and Chipper Jones.
Yep, get
That
rid
is
of
a
and Jessica
match made in
Mendoza
heaven.
Jessica Mendoza and Alex Rodriguez. Get rid of them. All right, guys. So
Matt
that was
Vasgersian by himself.
yeah.
That's the
So
key.
is he the Santa Maria guy?
Santa Maria. Yeah,
Yeah, he's a good announcer.
I
He's got
love
good
him.
energy. His that David Bodie call was pretty sweet.
Oh yeah. Oh my
Yeah, that
god.
was sweet. But yeah, he's good. Yeah, let him and get some baseball. Like in my opinion, a broadcast team should be the dude who's a good announcer. So a guy like that, like, and then a guy like Gary from SNY, and then you got two guys who are good announcers but also know a crap ton about baseball. So
That's That's
that's what I
what
love about
A-Rod has
SNY.
one of those
You
two.
got a guy. You got Ron Darling, who knows literally everything about pitching, and then you got Keith Hernandez, who knows literally everything about hitting, and that's both a very informative and entertaining broadcast, and
Ron's
that's what I
on
really love.
TBS right now, right?
So,
Ron's on TBS,
yeah,
right?
TBS, yeah,
Yeah.
and
I don't know.
he's
I haven't agreed with him on some topics.
yeah, but I love Ron.
He has a very nice, calming voice. I will agree.
Oh, for sure. And there's some, and then you also got the fourth guy who's the guy in the ballpark doing breaking news when you got Steve Gelps on SNY. Love him too. Can't exclude him. I don't know how much you know about the SNY crew because you're not watching Mets games every day like me, but yeah, Manfred, clean it up, man, or you're gonna ruin the sport of baseball. Not only for people who you want to like it, but the people like us who actually like it and are making
You're not making any
almost
progress.
hour long videos about it. Yeah, you're not making any progress. Trevor Bauer, Fernando Tatis, we love you. You're saving the game. Clayton Kershaw, you're a crybaby. Who's the other guy? Oh, Chris Archer, you're a crybaby.
Fuck you.
Who else is some guy that who else some pitchers who throw fits at the Rangers manager, Chris Woodward.
Oh, yeah,
You're a
Woodward.
crybaby. You're probably gonna get fired.
Should be.
Yeah, they're awful this year. But yeah, Manfred, clean it up, man, or the sport's gonna get ruined. Guys, this was the first episode of Big Apple
Woohoo!
Baseball Banter with
Not much
Elias
bantering.
and Ben. Yeah, a lot of bantering. With Elias and Ben. Elias, I'm representing the new best team in New York. Just you wait. And Ben
Couple
representing
years.
the Bronx Bombers, the New York Yankees. Thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you next time.